Friends, today we will see different aspects in the midst of a poor mindset and a rich mindset. I have resorted to 3 books: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and The E-Myth Revisited. Friends, the first difference among people with a poor mindset and a rich mindset is that people with a rich mindset make assets for themselves, which bring them money every month, and then they buy things. But people with a poor mindset buy all the useless things for show, and after that, they do not have money left to invest in a good place, and they remain poor for their whole life. I want to give a real-life example. This story is from my college days, a time filled with learning, growth, and some unforgettable experiences. During college, I lived in a colony where there were 6 or 7 houses. It was a close-knit community, and we all knew each other quite well. They were all designed in a very good way. Each house had its own unique charm, yet they all shared a sense of harmony and elegance. The most beautiful of all those houses was owned by a businessman. His house stood out with its grand architecture and meticulously maintained garden. The rest of the houses belonged to doctors, engineers, and professors. These were people who had dedicated their lives to their professions and had built comfortable homes for themselves. Where I lived, there were only an uncle and aunt, and both of them were retired from a private university as professors, and that is why they did not get any pension. Despite this, they managed to maintain a warm and inviting home. When I first went to their house, I thought they were very rich. The exterior was impressive, and the interior was even more so. The interior, the designing, the furniture, even their car was perfect. Everything seemed to be in its place, reflecting a sense of order and sophistication. I lived in a room on their first floor. It was a cozy space, perfect for a student like me who needed a quiet place to study and relax. I noticed many times that uncle and aunt used to debate. Their discussions were always lively and filled with passion, reflecting their intellectual backgrounds and deep bond. Their home was filled with books and academic journals, a testament to their lifelong commitment to education and learning. It was inspiring to see how they continued to engage with new ideas and knowledge even after retirement. I often found myself in conversations with them, discussing various topics ranging from history to science. These discussions were not only enlightening but also helped me broaden my perspective on many subjects. The community in the colony was very supportive. We often had small gatherings where everyone would come together, share stories, and enjoy each other's company. It was a wonderful environment to live in. Living in that colony taught me a lot about life, relationships, and the importance of community. It was a time of hard work and late-night study sessions, but also of friendship and personal growth. Mornings in the colony were particularly beautiful. The sound of birds chirping and the sight of the sun rising over the houses created a peaceful and motivating start to the day. The uncle and aunt were always there to offer advice and support. Their wisdom and experience were invaluable to me during my college years. When it was time for me to leave the colony and move on to the next chapter of my life, it was a bittersweet moment. I was excited for the future, but also sad to leave behind the people and place that had become like a second family to me. Looking back, I realize how much that experience shaped me. The lessons I learned and the relationships I built during those years have stayed with me and continue to influence my life in many positive ways. As I moved forward, I carried with me the values of hard work, community, and lifelong learning that I had absorbed during my time in the colony. It was a real-life example of how a supportive environment can make a significant difference in one's life. When I conceived this whole story with the theory of assets, I observed that the only house that kept growing was the businessman's house. After a year and a half, that house was the biggest in the whole colony. He had built 3 floors and made it very beautiful. The second uncle kept a Honda City, but he used to travel on a scooter. And friends, people with poor mentality make similar mistakes. The salary will be $15,000, but they will take loans of $50,000. They will get a large car on a loan, buy 10,000 jeans and expensive shoes. But people with a rich mentality think differently. They evaluate how much value a product can provide them, and only then they make decisions. The next point is that people with a rich mentality always pay themselves first. But very few people know Robert and his wife Kim's unique story. Their journey is one of resilience, determination, and strategic financial planning. Robert was heavily in debt before their marriage. He had accumulated a significant amount of debt from student loans, credit cards, and other financial missteps. This debt was a heavy burden that loomed over their future together. Both of them wanted to improve their lives, but their monthly loan installments were more than their salaries. The stress of their financial situation was palpable, and it often felt like they were drowning in a sea of bills and overdue notices. Despite this, Robert remembered all the principles his rich dad taught him, which included paying yourself first. He had learned the importance of financial education and the power of disciplined saving and investing. That's why Robert says they always saved 20% of their salary, even under the pressure of debt. This was not an easy task, but they were committed to their financial goals and understood the long-term benefits of saving. They used that pressure as motivation, working extra to gather money for loan payments. Robert took on freelance projects, while Kim worked overtime and even started a small side business. Their combined efforts helped them slowly chip away at their debt. They knew that if they started lending first and didn't save anything for themselves, they would never become rich. This mindset shift was crucial in their journey. They prioritized their savings and investments, understanding that this was the key to building wealth. Later, they used their saved money to make further investments, eventually achieving financial freedom. They invested in stocks, real estate, and other opportunities that provided passive income. Their disciplined approach paid off, and they were able to enjoy the fruits of their labor, living a life free from financial stress. Their story is a testament to the power of financial education, discipline, and perseverance. Robert and Kim's journey shows that no matter how dire your financial situation may seem, with the right mindset and strategies, you can turn things around and achieve your financial dreams. Let us consider that your salary is low and always aim to save 20% of it. Now, obviously, just saving alone is not enough. After that, you will also have to invest that money. But logically, the first and necessary step is saving. The next point towards wealth is that people with a rich mindset keep improving their skills throughout their life. Logici, but this first or necessary say next point towards Hayamiri says that people with rich maintenance keep improving their skills throughout their life. The same principle has been described as sharpen the shock in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People book. Have you ever noticed that the advertisement of many costly products is never shown on TV? You won't see commercials for luxury cars like Ferraris or private jets during your favorite shows. You won't find a Ferrari dealership spending millions on TV ads. Nor will any helicopter or private jet company invest in television commercials to showcase their high-end products. But now the question arises, why is this the case? Is it because the majority of the population watches TV? The answer lies in understanding the target audience for these luxury items. Those who can afford to buy these expensive products typically do not spend their time watching television. They are busy with their professional lives, attending high-end events, and networking with other affluent individuals. Instead, these companies reach their potential customers through exclusive channels. They advertise in luxury magazines, high-end websites, and at elite events where their target audience is more likely to be. The marketing strategy for these products is highly targeted. They focus on creating an aspirational image and an exclusive experience that appeals to the wealthy. By doing so, they ensure that their brand remains prestigious and desirable. The exclusivity of their marketing channels adds to the allure of their products. So the next time you wonder why you don't see ads for Ferraris or private jets on TV, remember that these companies know exactly where to find their customers. They don't need to cast a wide net. They just need to be in the right places. And that's why expensive products aren't advertised on TV. It's all about reaching the right audience in the most effective way possible. Learning new things creates pressure in his mind, but people with rich mentality know that they have to keep their skills all their life. Learning new things is his passion. This thing relates them. If we take the examples of Bill Gates, he has taken retirement from Microsoft,